Did Jim Jones surpass Camron musically? I have to say it, I never thought I'd admit it, but after listening to his album, El Capo, yes he has. Because for one, Jim went ahead and got the same production team that made the Dipset sound famous as it is, that made them pop. The Heatmakers, he did a whole album with them, and it brought back that New York flavor that was missing. I have my personal feelings about Jim Jones, but he knows how to make great songs, catchy songs. Whereas with Cam, I love Camron. I love the swag that he brought to the table. I love the crazy stuff he put in his raps. But for the past several years, he hasn't been hitting at all. It seemed like ever since that issue with Mace, he ain't been the same. It's like his soul just flew out of his body. Ever since Mace bodied that nigga, he ain't really been the same musically. Then his projects, they haven't really been mixed well. Then he dropped the ball on Vado. Because if you listen to 2009, 2010, Cam was bigging up Vado as to be the next dude to come from New York. And that fell through. And a lot of his projects, they just been terribly mixed. The last Cam joint I really liked was the joint where he had the clown face, with the clown holding the gun. That was really clever. They took it back to that old Killer Cam stuff that we like. But as of late, Jim been carrying that banner. Because it seems like Jim, it seems like now his finances is situated. He sounds more relaxed on the mic. He sounds more confident than he ever did. He's in a better space. And I compare that to how Scarface sounded on The Fix. Not saying that these albums are equal, but in terms of artists and their comfortability, you could tell by when you hear Jim rapping, he sounds more comfortable. He's more relaxed, and that's because his situation is much better. Whereas you hear these other guys on the Dipset album, the reunion album, they got to rap to get that bag. Like Cam and them. Cam didn't see, he don't even really sound motivated anymore. Hate to say, but El Capo is one of the best albums this year. And it's crazy how the shift has turned now. I started to wonder, is this the reason why Cam started to, they started to fall out? Like Cam started to hold Jim back. Now, even though a lot of people, mainly in the college, they diss Jim heavy because they Max B stands. I love Max B. That's one of my favorite artists alive today, and I hope he gets out. But when it comes to this situation here, after We Fly High came out and Jim put out the Hustlers album, what's the name of that album? The joint that got We Fly High up there. I can't think of the head of the moment, but it seemed like after that he surpassed Camron in terms of popularity. Then he formed his own crew called Bird Gang with Stack Bundles, rest in peace, Max B. You got more certified spitters, and it kind of made Cam look like he was starting to slowly be forgotten because he was beefing with Jay-Z, and that started going left. The Killer Season joint, that was alright, that was pretty cool, but it wasn't like Purple Haze. And since then, Cam hasn't really got a banger, whereas Jim was hitting them with non-stop with bangers. And he continued it here with El Capo, that New York sound. And Cam, on the other hand, he just sounds very unmotivated as of late. So what do you guys think? Y'all think Jim surpassed Camron? I think so. And I'm not even the biggest Jim Jones fan. But listening to this album here, he clearly did. So I'm hoping Cam could come out with something. But instead of getting on social media, putting on blonde wigs, Killer need to come out with a joint. And I think he's capable of doing it, but as of now, Jim got the head. So that's my opinion. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, holla back.